All right, guys, this is my expedition here. I put these BMX bars on his bike, and one of the guys out there asked how I did it. So I'm not going to take apart this bike, but I am going to take apart my wife's bike, and it's got the same setup on it that this had. I actually took it off of this bike and moved it over to hers, so she had some adjustability in it. Hers is a 3.0, and it's very similar. But it's exactly the same in the fork area, and the bar and the neck that was on this bike is now on her bike. So I'm going to show you on her bike how to change it. We're going to put this stem on it here. The one I have is a little bit shorter, so this longer stem here is the one to get. I'll have that one on the link, so let's do it. And he also doesn't want the pivoting neck, the swivel neck on it, not the neck, but this thing here that makes the bar fold down. He doesn't want the foldability anymore. Honestly, on the Expedition, the reason why they put the folding bar on there is so they can fold it up to put it in a box to send it to you. Those bikes don't fold. It can come in handy if if you need the space in your garage or whatever, but honestly, I don't know. Again, I think they put it on there for shipping purposes, and so this is not the bike that he has, but this piece actually came off my bike because I did change my bars. I took the foldability off of it too because I don't feel that it needs it. I'll never fold that bike. So I put them on my wife's bike. It made it so that this piece here, I've done another video on it, but this bar can adjust all over the place. This is kind of backwards from the way that it has it on the Expedition. I just turned it around so it would fold towards the bike. But I'm going to show you on this bike, it's the exact same setup as on the Expedition, so it's easier for me. I have a ton of stuff on my bars on the Expedition. I really don't want to get into it. This is much more simple. There's not much there. I'm just going to drop the bars down on the side. I'm going to pull the neck off the bike. I'm going to show you the piece that you need. I actually took this off of one of my other bikes so I can show you how to do this. And like I said, guys, at the end of a lot of my videos, if I can do anything for you guys, just ask the question. And I'll put together a video like this to try to explain to you. I had another guy ask about how to put a battery on one of these bikes. I have another video on a different bike. I told him, look at that video. If you have any questions, let me know. So if I have a video out there already, I might try to steer you towards that. But if you have questions, I'll do the whole thing if you want. So we're going to start on this thing. I'm actually going to take this thing off. And so you got to fold the bars down out of the way. And now you guys get to see the other side of my toolbox here. I bought this thing just for to do the videos. So we'll take this thing off. We'll start with this. It's pretty simple. I know a lot of people get intimidated by this, but it's nothing to get intimidated for. I should get out of the way of the other camera so we can see what we're doing here. It's, like I said, it's pretty simple. You got to take this thing out, put the stuff to the side. I'm going to show you too, and I've recommended this before. You get these, of course it's on the other side. I get these little magnetic things. You throw all your stuff in there, sticks to them. It's great. So this bar now has couple more things we got to loosen up on it. So you got to pull the center one out, which is this one here. This actually sucks the fork up, and you want that tight when you put it back on. Not tight so you can't turn it. So you're going to tighten it up till you feel comfortable with it. Turn make sure this thing's turning easily with the bearings and everything. So these you don't have to take these all the way out. You can just loosen them up until it's good enough. Probably should have done this before I flipped this down, but because I could see it better. Doesn't take much to loosen these up though. See if it's loose. Yep, she's loose enough. So now that thing's off. just to show you what's under here, you got some bearings under here, but you're not going to touch any of that. You're going to take this thing here, this neck. I'll have a link to it. Now you can put a riser on this thing here. This bike would probably need a riser. I do have a riser on the XPedition. I'll have a link to the riser. It just basically has this part on it. It slides down on it, and then it's just extending this piece up so that this thing can go higher on the bike. But if you're putting BMX bars on, you might not even need it, so that's something you'll have to judge yourself. So this thing goes in there. I think it's a different size socket. I think it's a 5mm. So we're going to tighten this thing up. Gotta make sure it's centered there. Okay, that thing's tight now. This is the same size? Of course it is, that's good. So, you gotta make sure your tie is in the right position here. You can adjust it after too, but the other thing is too, whether this thing's on one side or the other, it really doesn't matter. I have it this way because I like the bars to go back further than they normally do. All right, so that's on there. Easy peasy, really simple. You take this thing off here, and your bars are going to go on it. I don't have any bars to show you, and I'm not ripping them off my other bike, but this piece comes off, the handlebars sit on it, and you tighten it up. You may need a shim though. They sell shims for these. And it depends on the size handlebar you get. So this one here is set up for the size handlebar that was on the bike. But if you get a BMX bar, it's probably going to be, and I'm just going to throw numbers off the top of my head, but I'm pretty close. It's like a 22mm bar. So you got to get a shim for it. I do have shims. If I can find out where I put them, maybe I can show them to you. Not in here. I got all kinds of things in here. Yep, I see the shims in this one. They're available on Amazon. These are what the shims look like to go down to the 22mm bar. So they fit inside of here, one on the top, one on the bottom. And grab onto the bar, but it reduces the size down here so you can see. So you get that 22mm bar, you got to get 22mm shim to the 30. I think the normal size is 31 something. All these forks are the same size, so you don't have to worry about the sizing on it. I forget what it is, but I'll have a link to this piece down here which will give you the size. And that's about it. I mean, it's pretty simple to put these things on. You gotta put your bars on. The hardest part is obviously sliding. You gotta take the brakes off and stuff, but none of that you have to disconnect. So it's not like you have to take the brake cables out and all that stuff. You're just gonna loosen it up, slide them off, and then you're gonna slide them on your new bar. Pretty simple. That's it, guys. So again, you guys got something else you want to know about, let me know and I'll throw together a quick video like this one for you. Hope this helps you out, guy. Thank you very much. Hit that subscribe and that bell icon. Thank you.